Good morning, motherfuckers. Good fucking morning. Sunday, fun day. Yay! Who's gonna go have some fun today? Who's waking up with a smile on their face, man? How you doing, motherfuckers? Welcome back. It's the all on me. It's the morning fucking drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. That's my motherfucking mugshot, the drunk motherfucker, man. I get on here every fucking day. Because what? We chronicling what? 10 years of sobriety, 10 years of transformation. And greater than that is just waking up, showing up every fucking day with a message of inspiration, man. Hurting some people along the way, turning some motherfuckers on, making a difference. But ultimately, this whole fucking thing boils down to one thing, right? Me, motherfucker. And it boils down to one thing. You, motherfucker. And what choice? What are you going to do today? You have such a fucking powerful choice today. What are you going to do with it? Good morning, man. Don't you love life? Aren't you excited you got to wake up? You weren't part of the 250,000 people that die every day, man. Every single day. Look, we're coming up on 2 minutes. That's 10 people in the U.S., man. Just took their last breath, right? They just took their last breath, man. And yet here we are. We awake. Hopefully drinking something good. Anybody already hitting some liquor? I used to be that guy. Why not? Sunday, man, sneak in a little bit of Kahlua in the coffee, right? A little Rumple Mints. That was this drunk motherfucker, man. All day, every day. Just getting drunk like a motherfucker. But that's the old me, right? That's the old me. There's no fucking way, man, I could ever turn back to that life. Fuck. You know how much stress that shit used to put on me? You know how much stress? Drinking all the time, man. Everywhere I went. Everywhere. Making an ass of myself. Getting drunk. Right? Taking chances. Being irresponsible. God. I remember that, man. Even rolling into work, man. From the time I was in the military, right? It's funny shit, right? I was a Navy corpsman with the Marines, man. Just everywhere, right? I went from high school being an alcoholic, 15 years old, right, to joining the military by 17, graduating high school, and shit, man. As soon as I got out of boot camp, right, and even then I remember drinking on our graduation day. But if I fast forward, I went to course school out there in San Diego, right? It was great. Right, half of the people that were going to be trained to be hospital corpsmen in the U.S. Navy, right? They had it back in the day. They had a course school in Great Lakes, right, which is where I was at boot camp, and then they had one in San Diego, Balboa, man, and shit. I got to go back to Cali, man. Fuck yeah. San Diego, man, beautiful city, beautiful town. Smells like piss now from a lot of fucking homeless people down there. But it's still one of my favorites. And, you know, I can just remember I was underage, right? I was always underage, but I always had older bros, little broskies, always pulling out liquor for me. And I remember even back in the day, right? We used to go down to Tijuana, right? Everybody go to Tijuana, man, fucking get wasted. But I started my Tijuana days, to be honest with you, when I moved out to California, my senior year of high school. I just always, man, the law of attraction, man. Anybody believe in the law of attraction, right? If you stirring up trouble, right? If you misguided, don't have real parental guidance in your life, right? For some reason, you're gonna find some other people that doing that. And if they're not doing that, maybe they have like good parents, right? You're gonna be the bad influence in their life, right? I used to be the typical fucking bad boy, man. Always fucking trouble, always getting in trouble, always putting on the pressure to get you to do stuff that was probably against a lot of your shit, man. Fuck. Yeah, but I remember in high school, my senior year of high school, we went to Kiko's to make fake IDs to go to TJ, man. Anybody make fake IDs to go to Mexico and drink. That's how fucking bad we wanted it, man. We were making fake IDs to go to Mexico to get wasted. We were like 16, 17-year-olds, man. Need to be 18 to get into Club A, man. Revolution, man. Who the fuck knows about Revolution Avenue, man? We got revolution happening right here every fucking day, man. Every fucking day. We stirring up a revolution because what? We tossing fucking truth bombs. We dropping F bombs. We talking about fucking everything that has to do with you, yourself, right? Doing the work, putting in the work, right? Becoming a better version of yourself. And unfortunately, in order to do that, we got to let go of interdependence. Heard that word last night. Hadn't heard that in a while. Interdependence, codependence, right? When you have to count on something else in order to grow, in order to feel fucking whole and complete. Anybody feel like, man, I got to find this love in life to feel whole and complete? I was there, man, my whole fucking life, my whole love storied life, up until the time where I started loving myself, caring for myself, respecting myself, right? It was always feeling that someone else, right? The soulmate, the twin flame, the one. There was always someone else that needed to complete me. And even when I was going into the Christian churches, paying my membership dues, right? Saying my prayers, holding my hands up high, the saying over there is you got this, even there they say, hey, you got this emptiness inside of you and it's in the shape of a cross and Jesus fits perfectly in there. And, as soon as you got Jesus in your heart, then everything's complete. But the thing was, man, is just like here, guys, I give 100% man. If I care about something, I'm showing up with 100 fucking percent above and beyond my whole fucking life. And there was something weird. Even when I tried that shit, I wasn't whole complete. And I gave it my all, man. I used to go to men's fucking Bible studies, all this shit, all the time, man. Serving, ushering, kids' kingdom, worship, fucking even preaching the word, man. And yet there was something there underneath it all. I wasn't faking any of that shit. That's the problem. I wasn't faking anything. When it comes to that faith, I didn't fake any fucking thing. I gave it 100%, but there was shit that just wasn't resolved in me. And I know a lot of the shit that I had issue with was the motherfuckers running the show. And it wasn't Jesus and it wasn't God. They say it is, but no, it's motherfucking people that got their own agendas. We talked about agendas yesterday. If someone's getting paid to do something, that's a dangerous thing, man. That's not willingly. That's not willingly, man. But, these motherfuckers start getting paid, right? It becomes a business, right? You want to start a business? Start a church. Why not? Man, it's a good business. I got a bunch of people in the faith that frustrated because during the pandemic, a lot of these people running churches, they fired people they weren't related to in the jobs, right, that they need to run the church. They fired all normal, just, non-related people to hire their family members. But, they say it's Jesus, man. That's some funny shit. But I remember making fake IDs in Tijuana, right? When I was 16, I remember getting out of boot camp, right? And it's all in the name of getting drunk, partying, right? Party, fucking party every fucking day, man. Holy shit, the amount of stress, right? On this Sunday, Funday, I'm gonna pray for you to go outside in nature today. I'm praying for you guys. Please, I'm pleading with you. Please go out in nature today, right? We all need a little bit of nature, some sunshine. But I want to talk about this, man. Stress fucking kills. Anybody stressed out right now, right? Anybody stressed out with their job? Anybody stressed out in their relationship? Anybody fucking stressed out by watching the news and what they talking about, right? Anybody? Is anybody stressed out right now? You know stress kills, right? I can almost guarantee you if you're spending a little bit too much time worrying about what the talking heads are saying, the news, some of y'all are gonna show up sick next week. Some of y'all are gonna feel sick, right? You're gonna just you overwhelm your system, especially if you're not doing what? If you're not filling your cup. You got to fill your cup, right? There's a lot of this shit, mindfulness, exercise, healthy nutrition, right? Personal development, working on your skills, increasing your value, right? Making a difference in others. A lot of those things actually boost your fucking immune system, right? Me getting in that cold water, that shit boosts my fucking immune system. Ain't no question about it. Look it up. Cold water therapy, it boosts your fucking immune system. But stress, man, that shit fucks people up. Anybody want to guess how many people die? Stress kills, right? You want we go in there today. Stress fucking kills. How many people die every year from stress? From just stress, being stressed the fuck out. How many of you are just sitting there stressed the fuck out? And most of the shit you stressed out about, folks, come on now. Are you stressed out about something that you can't control, that you can't change, right? Maybe you've had a fallout in a relationship, right? And you wish it would have gone different, right? And so you're stressed out. You're stressed out because all you're doing is what? You're thinking, you're trying to replay the good. And then when you think about the bad, you're trying to reformulate the whole fucking equation to make it a better situation so that somehow that person would still be in your life. But again, you're going against the fucking universal, the cosmic flow of life. Some things are meant to pass through your life and move on, right? But yet we hold on to that shit. And that causes us stress. Anybody ever been in a toxic relationship? Making up to break up, right? Just fucking feeling drained every day, right? It's like, holy shit, man. Managing the stressful dynamic of a toxic relationship, a relationship where there's not safe space, a relationship where there's not secure safety, right? To allow your fucking partner to have a disagreement with you where you don't get all fucking wound up, defensive, feeling attacked. But stress kills, motherfuckers. Stress kills. And I truly think as I continue to do my growth, my research, right, that all of my vices, the shit that led me to that motherfucking day right there, getting fucking thrown out of jail, right? Virtually, man, here's the funny part about this story, right? When I got arrested that day, I was like getting ready to take a shower. So when the fucking sheriff showed up, the door was open because I got 2 acres of land. So I don't know, I don't get a lot of visitors out here. But the sheriff fucking showed up and I have a big dog. And when the sheriff showed up, my dog seen it and he comes running down the stairs and the sheriff fucking shit his pants and closed the door. And I was like, oh, fuck, there's the sheriff. So I literally walked downstairs and I was just wearing shorts, like little basketball fucking shorts and a t-shirt. And the shorts didn't even have pockets. So when I went outside to talk to the sheriff, I didn't have my wallet on me. I didn't have my phone on me, my keys on me. I didn't have anything, man. I basically got arrested practically naked, man. And it was one of those things where I was like, get ready to take a shower and, you know, like someone shows up and so you just put on whatever the fuck is there real quick. And those dudes, I try to like, hey, can I go back inside? But because my dog was in there, they were scared of the dog. So they're like, man, we can't let you back in. So here's the funny thing about that picture right there is I had to go into, when they give you your stuff to change, I didn't have no fucking clothes. I didn't have no shoes. So I had to steal a bunch of shit from the jail in order to have fucking clothing to get out of there, man. that was a stressful fucking moment because I'm like, fuck, I don't have no fucking shoes. And they make you the jail here in Santa Fe is like on the outskirts of town, and you gotta walk into town to to get picked up or whatever, man. They don't let people pick you up at the jail. So fuck. So it's a funny story because, I wish that could have been different. I wish I could have made different decisions. But one of the things that I've been realizing throughout my whole life is my addiction to alcohol, the vices, you know, hanging around other fucking bros that probably didn't have guidance either, didn't have a fucking family structure. So we created our own. And, that's probably why you got gangs and all this other shit in these communities, because there's not a sense of what? Fatherhood there. The presence of the father has really been eliminated in this country. And it's a sad thing. It's a heartbreaking thing because I know of some incredible dads that are fighting for time with their kids. And it sucks. It shouldn't be like that, right? It shouldn't be like that. Parents shouldn't have to fight to see their kids, right? Especially if they're not all fucked up, man. You can be angry at your partner, whoever the person that you had sex with that landed up in having a pregnancy and eventually having a child. You can hate that person, but man, you shouldn't take it out on them, and you shouldn't take it out on them kids by withholding kids for them. That's a whole nother story. What I've realized is that so much of my addiction was really me trying to numb the pain, numb the stress, numb the hurt, right? That void, right? What is the void? Is it Jesus? Is it in the shape of a cross? I don't know, man. If that's your belief, you run with that, right? I know I tried to stick that in there, and it didn't stick. It didn't get me to here. And where I'm at here is way, way, way better than when I was there. Because again, I talked yesterday about people willingly do stuff. Where do you get your information, right? When you're listening to information, are those people doing it willingly, like volunteering because they're passionate about sharing information and informing people of the truth? Or are they doing it because it's an agenda and it's all interconnected? It's very politicized, the information that you consume. It's very well crafted. It's handcrafted for you. It's unbelievable, right? How the information is to what? Control the mind of the masses. So even my experiences in the church, right? Christian churches, non-denominational churches, these motherfuckers, they're getting paid. They get paid to do this stuff, man. And most of them are scared, right? If you're paying your membership due, they try and talk about, right? These nonprofits, they should be giving you financial reports so you know everything they spending that money on and everybody that's getting paid. And they should also be willing to disclose any kind of family affiliation, because just like in any workplace, man, you shouldn't have people with very close, intimate relationships supervising each other. I mean, there's got to be accountability there, but they get really uncomfortable. And there's times where, if I work hard for my money, you work and busting your ass for your money, you're paying your membership dues, you should be able to get a financial disclosure, a report, not just numbers. You should know who gets paid what every fucking time, man. Like, you should be getting that every 2 weeks. Every time there's a pay period, man, you're basically an investor in that business called a church. You should be able to get that. And I think a lot of these churches, they kind of throw the smoke and mirror. But we're shorthanded, we're short staffed. Praise the Lord, and they don't want to fucking give you that info. Right. And if you're in a place like that, like, you might want to reconsider, man. Not every place is like that, you guys, but there's a lot. And I talk to a lot of people I know that are real faithful people that have had to leave places because they fired everyone during the pandemic that wasn't related, and they hired all their family members. What do you think about that? Is that justified? Is that God's will? That's some crazy shit, ain't it? But what about stress, right? Where do we get the most stress from? Where do you get your stress from? When you think about the things that stress you out in life on a weekly basis, where does most of your stress come from? Does it come from yourself? Right? Some of us stress ourselves out, so we can start there, right? Because it is the "it's all on me" morning show, right? We talking about fucking doing shit for ourselves. We talking about fixing ourselves, working on ourselves, healing ourselves, right? Becoming the best version of our fucking self. So a lot of times, especially like introverts, people that overthink shit, yeah, you could stress yourself out. You can stress yourself the fuck out. I do it all the time. I was about to do it this morning for some weird reason. I was like, damn, man, do I got anything to talk about today? Of course I got shit to talk about. Because we talking shit every motherfucking day here. And it just starts flowing. And so stress kills. So we stress ourselves out. Where else do we get stress from? Where do you get stress from? What about relationships, right? Relationships cause stress, right? Because in relationships, do relationships manage themselves? No. You will not have a relationship with somebody unless you're willing to management. Well, what the fuck is management? Management is literally needs your time and attention, your effort, your energy, your resources, right? If any of y'all been in relationships or in a relationship, the current state of your relationship is very much connected to how well you manage it. Any managers out there? Uh-oh. Workplace. Workplace is a great fucking place to guess what? Generate stress in your life, right? I just stepped out of kind of doing my own thing, building my own venture, to stepping into a general management role in hospitality. And now I have a team of people, and I knew going into it that my stress level was going to double, quadruple, because I'm dealing with other fucking people, right? So clearly dealing with ourselves causes stress. If we're not happy with ourselves, if we're not peaceful with ourselves, right? And that's it's all on me. You got to take total fucking ownership. But also when we deal with other human beings, we get stressed out. And a lot of it has to do with, if you don't got peace inside, you're not going to have peace around, right? Peace within, peace around. That should be all of our goals in life. That should be your life's journey, is how do you become peaceful within, right? Accepting of yourself, peaceful with yourself. And then you're going to have a standard, right, of causing peace around you. But I'm telling you, if you're not filling up your cup, if you're not doing the self-care, if you're not taking care of yourself, your stress is going to go through the roof. How many are you just fucking stressing out that tomorrow's already Monday? That fuck, tomorrow's Monday. And I got all this shit on my plate at the J-O fucking B, right? You got all this shit on your plate and you're already stressed out, right? That's like a disease, I think. I forget what the fuck it's called, but when you have an issue with Mondays, right? You're fucking psyched out about Mondays in a negative way. So how many people die every year from stress? 120,000 in the US alone. 120 fucking thousand people die in the US alone from workplace related stress, you guys. Stress. But what we worrying about? We worrying about all this other shit, aren't we? Right? Because it's violent. When you see violence, it's like, ooh, that's serious. But you don't even realize how fucking toxic, how harmful your situation is just going to and from the fucking job Monday through Friday. That shit's stressing you the fuck out most of the time, especially if you're managing other people, especially if you're miserable inside, right? You're not showing up with a positive attitude, right? And you're allowing things that are on the outside of you to control your state of being. Do you understand what I talk about in your state of being? Do you check in with yourself through journaling on like, how do I feel today? Right? That's a good place to start. How do I feel today is a journal entry, and really start getting in contact with yourself. Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel empty? Do you feel lonely? Do you feel stressed? Do you feel scared? Right? Do you feel overwhelmed? Right? How do you feel? And you got to start having these conversations with yourself, because one, it's good to acknowledge how you feel, right? You have to. Don't deny it. Allow it to process, like accept it. But do you have to stay there? No. That's the fucking powerful thing about being a human being. If it takes the first part is just the acknowledgement, acknowledging if you're sad, if you're lonely, if you're overwhelmed, if you're afraid, if you're scared, right? You acknowledge that shit, you guys. And once you acknowledge where you're at, right, then you can choose what you want to do with it. Do you want to stay feeling scared? Do you want to stay feeling overwhelmed? Do you want to stay feeling stressed out? Do you want to stay lonely? Yes or no? And if your answer is yes, I want to feel this way for fucking ever, come on now. Most of us don't want to feel stressed out or in a negative emotional state for any long period of time. Because guess what, man? That shit fucks you up. I guarantee you, stress causes a lot of what? Heart disease, a lot of unhealthy habits, right? We start eating unhealthy. We start overindulging in fucking, vices like alcohol, drugs, fucking promiscuous fucking relationships, all this bullshit. And then it also can be connected to, so heart disease is the number one killer. Number two, cancer, right? So cancer's up there. There's a lot of people that say stress leads to a lot of cancer, right? And then number three in this modern day of 2022 has been COVID. How many of y'all are so afraid? We're like in the peak of the pandemic. How many of y'all were so afraid or so scared that, like, man, you got sick? And then you're like, you blamed it on the person not wearing the mask or whatever the fuck, right? The agenda, right? These talking heads telling you shame, to get you to shame people, to judge people, right? Sure, there's irresponsible people. Sure, there's people that don't care about themselves. So why the fuck they gonna care about you? That exists. But do you know how crazy you're gonna make yourself trying to control the narrative of every single fucking person on this earth? Like, what? You're not gonna do it, man. You cannot control anything except for yourself. And even there, so many of us, we don't have control over ourselves. Why do I know this? Because I've been there, right? That's why I keep getting on here, motherfuckers, because I'm willing to be that flag bearer. I'm willing to be that example to show you guys that, man, I used to do this to myself. I see how I would stress myself out, how I would allow for situations outside of myself to control my internal state of being, taking away what? My peace of mind. My peace of mind is the greatest fucking thing right now, right? My peace of mind and having emotional regulation. Those are the things that matter most to me. I want to be a mountain of a fucking man, right? In a place where no matter what you post, no matter what you say, no matter what you fucking think, right? No matter what insults you tell me in person, behind my back, whatever I find out, it's not going to change what? My state of being. That I'm okay with hearing negativity, right? I'm okay with you having a negative opinion about me, right? Being offended by me and then insulting me, whatever it is. And a lot of times I'm going to want to make that right because I'm trying to enhance my communication skills, But at the end of the day, how many of us, right, allow just for something like the fucking television or cable news to influence how we feel about ourselves? You guys know that this is how it is, right? We all kind of jokingly talk about how the only news is bad news. They don't ever report on fucking amazing positive things. It's always the doom and gloom, the bad and the fear. And it's like to keep us in a state of fucking being stressed out, because when we're fearful and we're stressful, we're more easily manipulated, right? It's the whole victim rescuer mentality, right? And this has everything to do with like toxic relationships. We got a toxic relationship with our media and our government right now, because they truly understand that every single time, if they can keep us in crisis mode, that was the word I missed yesterday, crisis. They don't ever want to let a good crisis go unfucking used, right? They want to manipulate us every time that there's fucking a crisis, right? And a lot of these crises are fucking manufactured. Just like in your own mind, you create drama and stress and worry and doubt and fear, and you beat yourself up worse than anybody ever could. The average person beats themselves up psychologically more than anybody else could do that to you. And yet stress kills how many? 120,000 people in this country alone. They say workplace related deaths worldwide, right? 2.8 million people every year die from work-related fucking stress. Either overworking, right? Underpaid, fucking diseases that are occupational related, all this shit, man. Right? 2.8 million people. You care about them? Do you care about your workers? Do you care about how stressed out the people that you work with every day? I'll tell you where I'm coming at with in my workplace in this new venture, right? We're doing a renovation, rebranding of a motel. Very cool project, very challenging project, but I'm having to build a team. And it's really important to me. And the communication I show up with every day is, look, I'm going to influence people to value themselves first, just like here. It's all on me. I'm telling you, the greatest relationship that you have is with yourself. So I am instilling and demonstrating, look, I want you to have value for yourself first. Then you need to value your team, and then you value our guests and the people we care for, right? Because what happens is the more value that you provide to the universe, the more value you provide to this world, it comes back to you, right? But the more that you hold on to things and the more that you're like stressed out and afraid and fearful, guess what? That also comes back to you, motherfuckers, the law of attraction. If you're walking around stressed out every day, guess what? You're going to just find more stress. You're going to be more depressed. You're going to be more down, more anxious, right? Depression's the things that have happened that we can't let go of. And anxiety is fear of the fucking unknown. We don't know if the fucking worst is yet to come. I talk about the best is yet to come in my own personal life because I woke up with life today. So if even today was the last day I got to fucking live, I'm at peace because I've woken up. I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for everything I have, right? I don't need anything more, but the things I have, I'm very incredibly grateful. I'm grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful that I actually can put this message out before my last day, right? And I keep just coming more and more and more content. It just keeps flowing through me. And so for me, there's not like, I've got unfinished business. I've got goals and dreams that get me up every day, right? Do you? Right? Or are you just still surviving, man? And the pandemic it fucked a lot of us up. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? For you to finally fucking just come to the, clarity and the fucking awakeness that, holy shit, man, you really allowed for the pandemic to mess you up. And guess what? You made it. You made it, motherfuckers. So there's something special about you. And it's sad. Should we grieve the people that are lost? Yes. Right? Pour out a little liquor for the homies, whatever it is, whatever your little ritual is, right? Go and however you can commemorate those that are lost, those that are no longer here, right? For me, I had a revelation when I was at Santa Fe Community College. I was running the Veterans Resource Center. So I used to go to all the dog and pony shows. And when I say dog and pony shows, I'm talking about, the community events, right? The big veteran events. Well, what are those, right? We got Memorial Day is a big military related event. And we have Veterans Day, right? 4th of July can get in there, but it's really the Memorial Day and the Veterans Day. And so I used to go to all those. And I remember on a Memorial Day, as I'm going through my sobriety and I'm working at the community college, I'm connecting with other veterans, making a difference in my life, making a difference in their life. And I can tell you that historically, I used to go to the memorial service, right? Well, where's the memorial service held at, right? The cemetery, the national fucking cemetery, with all the dignitaries, all the politicians, you know, talking all their shit about how much they care and, you know, sweet talking us to get them votes and put themselves out there. And some of these people genuinely do care. Not all of them, though. And you got to fucking be critical thinking. You got to really examine somebody to see if they're consistent. Are they consistent, or is it just, here's the speech for this audience, here's the speech for that audience? Regardless, I had this revelation. And it kind of was the thing that led me back to nature so hard. Because I used to go to all the dog and pony shows, right? The ceremonial things where I probably wanted to be seen to. Here's Greg, Veteran Resource Center fucking coordinator, you know, a nationally award-winning program. Fucking yay is me. I'm so fucking cool. And it came after having one of my brothers take his life, right? And he did it right around my birthday, the year prior. So we're talking, you know, here's November, right? I had a brother take his own life. It hit home. We went, you know, a big group of us veterans from New Mexico went out to Texas to honor him, to pay our respects to him and his family. He was a true warrior, right? An Army combat medic. He survived Afghanistan, but he didn't survive the pain and suffering thereafter. Real fucking warriors, man. And it was the pain. It's pain, man. That suicide shit is fucking pain. I've been there, guys. I've been there. I will never fucking shy away from those deep conversations. That's why if you're someone that reaches out to me in the middle of the night, look, the only thing I want to make sure is, do you have a plan to kill yourself? Because I'm going to intervene there. But if you're okay, we're going to try and talk the next day. But the thing about this is that I had this revelation, and it came after that season, right, of having a deep loss. And I don't know if you guys know this, but in this country, 22 veterans a day, right, on average, kill themselves. And that's a shit ton. That's more than a lot of fucking war added up. There it is. I try to go the whole show without war, motherfuckers. So consumed, right? We so fucking consumed by bullshit. When we got battle happening right inside of your fucking head right now. Greatest war right fucking now's in here. But I remember that following Memorial Day. It really hit me, right? That loss hit me, the loss to where I think even here, the audience here, man, you guys realize, like, some of you are reaching out to me on the back end saying, dude, you're in my head. How are you doing this? And it's like, I'm channeling the pain and suffering of people. I've seen enough of it firsthand, you guys. This shit gets to me. I care about you motherfuckers. I care about life. And I care when I see people fucking sit on the sidelines and giving up all their potential, right? They got greatness in them, but you're hurting, you're suffering, and you're sacrificing the difference you can make in this world to just sit there and just hurt, right? And that's all it is, man. It's just fucking sitting there and hurting, being depressed, being anxious. It's sad, man. I've been there. I've been in that fucking state of, like, I don't know why I can't put the motherfucking vehicle in drive. Because I know the spirit I carry in me. It's that warrior fucking spirit. And I've been in that place where I just couldn't. It's like being in a fucking car and you're like, what the fuck? Why can't I put this fucking transmission in drive? I see what I want to do. I see what I'm capable of doing, and I can't get the fucking vehicle in drive. And so I'm there Memorial Day, following that dark fucking season, losing my battle buddy. And I just had this premonition that what would the people that have died in war, All my brothers and sisters, all of the sacrifice, right? Because that's the thing about war, right? Is it sacrifice. It's a great sacrifice, you guys. Doesn't matter what side. It's not about sides. This is human sacrifice. This is human suffering. Y'all picking sides like it's the fucking Super Bowl. It's a joke. There's humans on both sides of the equation, motherfuckers. But you're picking sides like it's the fucking Super Bowl. And that's how shallow we are as a country, right? We looking at someone else that ain't no better, no worse than our fucking country. And we judging their asses. And we picking sides like it's the fucking Super Bowl, man. Bull fucking shit. There's human suffering on both sides. But I channeled this energy and I said, what if all of my brothers and sisters that have fallen in combat could come back and tell me something, give me a revelation from beyond the grave, right? These golden streets or wherever the fuck they are, right? Valhalla, wherever the fuck a warrior goes. What would they tell me? What would be the message that they would tell me? And what I received, the gift, I received was, dude, go live life to the fullest. Go live your fucking life to the fullest, motherfucker. Because look at us. Look at our family. They can't. I can't go home and hug my kids. I can't kiss my wife, right? I can't make love to my husband. I can't go to fucking Thanksgiving dinner. I can't do that fucking trip that I always wanted to do. I can't start that fucking business that I always wanted to start. I can't achieve that goal that I always had in life. I'm done. My story is ended. My memory might not be, but my story's ended. So they said, look, man, don't go and grieve me in the fucking funeral. Look around you. Who you got? Go live life to the fullest today. And I received that message, man, with a lot of humility. And you can see, man, this shit gets me. To where from that day on, I looked around, I looked at my kids, I looked at my family, and I said, you know what? Fuck this. We ain't going to the cemetery. They don't need us there. The cemetery don't need us. You guys need me. We're going on a hike. We're going to go on a hike. We're going to go live life to the fullest. We're going to go do this thing like it's the last fucking day. And we're going to do it to honor those that can't, that have given that sacrifice, because they don't want their fucking sacrifice to be in vain. With motherfuckers sitting on the sideline, right? Hurting themselves, killing them fucking selves slowly. With the alcohol, right? With the drugs, with the depression, with the pills, whatever the fuck it is that we do that keeps us fucking paralyzed from living life to the fucking fullest, from truly being fucking grateful for what the fuck we got. And I'll tell you, that day, that hike was incredible. I came across so many other veterans that were out there living life. In the conversations I had, I was like, fuck yeah, this is what it's all about. It's not about going to the cemetery. There's a time for that. But it's usually not when the fucking spotlight's there and all the people that being paid to fucking go there to put on the dog and pony show are there, right? Maybe you need to go there on your own personal Memorial Day, right? To commemorate someone's life. But from that day forward, I know I changed my fucking attitude. And it's probably led to this. It's led to this message. To where even last night, I'm just wandering around, late fucking night, looking for some trouble, right? And I come across a man, right? And I'm sitting there with a friend, and we come across this guy, just rolls up on us. And he's a fucking warrior with ancient blood, ancient heritage. in this country, and this is his native land. Let's call it like that. And let's just be honest, it just so happened he's going through some sobriety. And that's what happens, man, when you start doing life. Things start to align, things start to open up, and you run into people. I've mentioned in the past few weeks the encounters. I met an Iranian guy, right, that started breaking down and opening up, because there's healing, especially when a man cries. There's healing right there with me. And I can embrace that shit, because you motherfuckers better watch the fuck out. I am a warrior in the garden. You fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck you up. I don't desire to harm nobody, but I am a fucking well-refined, defined, lethal warrior in a garden. I'm just minding my own fucking business, doing my thing, speaking my fucking truth, but I am ready for the fight. I don't ask for the fight, but I know it's there. And I felt so fortunate to have another conversation, another encounter with a man that's trying to find himself, that's trying to overcome the pain of the past, the judgment, the vices, but yet coming with that native energy, right? And that's a big part of New Mexico, our heritage out here. We have the native indigenous cultures. And out here, it's very special because they still have their sacred lands. They still have their sacred traditions. And much of that was actually provided, right, by the safety and the partnership, right, that they made with the Spaniards, which is a part of my heritage, right? And the Spaniards could take a big hit because they were pretty lethal. They were pretty fucking bloody on their conquest, right? Seeking out shit, the conquistadors. But they did make peace with the indigenous cultures. And because of their presence here, when the American forces came out west, they created a buffer, and we had the Spanish-American War. But yet it provided cover for the cultures here, because when you go out east on the eastern United States, there's still the tribal energy is still there, the native energy's there, the indigenous energy's there, but they don't necessarily have their lands and their sacred traditions, because we wiped them the fuck out. I remember being in Kentucky recently, responding to the tornadoes, and we came across, I'm always interested in places I'm at, and there was one of those scenic byways. It was the Trail of Tears. So I had to look it up, the Trail of Tears, right? That's some fucked up shit. We rounded up the indigenous cultures out there in the Southeast, and we made those motherfuckers walk a fucking long ass walk, right? And we also poisoned them and shit. We did a lot of nasty shit, man. There's a lot of shit that we like to hide from. We try and act like we fucking this moral superiority, not only as a country, but also as in our own fucking minds, in our own little tribes. You're going to go to fucking church today, act like you morally superior, but then you still say, oh no, I don't think I'm any better than you. But you do. You do. Be honest. Because if you're chalking up things about sin, right? If you're always having a way out, is this sinful or that's sinful? Like if when you're interacting with people that are in your life and you have to filter their behavior, their actions through this thought of sin, right? That's bankrupt, man. That's fucking bankrupt. Everybody's got shit going on, and it all ties to trauma. The only word not fucking put in the Bible. There ain't no trauma in the Bible. Trauma got left out. There's very traumatic events. There's definitely the results of trauma, because it is a human condition, right? But there's not, please show me where the fucking true solution for healing trauma is. I have figured out what it's taken me to heal my trauma. And I'm not complete. That mission is not complete. I still have a lot of trauma work to do. And I know you do too. I don't know if you're able to do it. I want you to know I'm here for you, right? I continue showing up, right? And because I continue to show up, that means I'm here for you. And if you ever need me, reach out. No judgment here. Total confidentiality, right? I'm done judging other motherfuckers because I'm done judging myself. And I don't look at everything like the law of attraction, right? Because when I was in Christendom, it was everything was judgmental. I was the most judgmental motherfucker I've ever been, man. Always judging motherfuckers, always critical, and then always chalking things up about sin. And it's like the more that I've distanced myself from that, I am now more accepting. I am more at peace with myself. And that when I actually do kind of look at like the things that are sinful in the Bible, I don't do hardly any of that shit. I curse up a storm, but I am more at peace than I've ever been before. But I know that when I was knee deep, neck deep, all the way submerged in the church, I was constantly sinning, man. And I felt the guilt complex is horrible when you're like that. Always focused on the sin. It's the law of attraction. It has to be. No other reason for that. But I talk about stress being a killer because a lot of us are killing ourselves through stress. Right. And then the things we're using to try and alleviate the stress are not healthy habits. And here, going across the ticker on the bottom, it's been shooting across there for almost 2 months now. We're coming up on fucking 2 months. Have been things that reduce stress, right? Mindfulness, gratitude in the morning, fitness, better nutrition, garbage in, garbage out, healthy in, healthy out, feeling better about yourself, personal development, improving your value as a person. Right? And then going out and making a difference in this world. There's a lot of things that boost you up, boost up your confidence, make you feel a little less stressful. So I ask you, here I was last night, just kind of wandering around. Amazing property. And I come across this encounter with this man that just so happens to be 2 years sobriety, man. That's fucking amazing, right? Even 1 day of sobriety is amazing, you guys. It's always about finishing the starting line, right? If you're suffering with something right now, what is it going to take to just let it go for 1 day and then let it go for 2 days and let it go for 3 days? There's a lot of shit, you guys, that we tell ourselves, I need it. It makes me feel better. I'm a better version of myself when I have this, whatever the fuck it is, fill in the blank. But when it becomes a thing where it's so codependent, interdependent, where you don't feel like you're your best self without it, that's a red flag, motherfuckers. That's a big red fucking flag. That there's some issues there. It now has control over you, right? And I would call that being addicted, being codependent of it. And there's so much falsehood in that, because I truly believe that anytime that we put a substance, ingest, inhale, whatever the fuck it is, something into our bodies that alters our state of being, there's times where it can be a conduit and it can open us up to a new reality, maybe a new perspective, maybe enhance our vision and our dream. But if it's used on a regular basis to get you through from 1 day to the next, from one situation to another, that's an issue. And you really need to be honest with yourself about your relationship with that thing. That motherfucking thing. Because if I can save anybody from getting to that fucking down point right there, that shame, that embarrassment, I'm going to keep showing up. But stress does kill. And I know that here I was in the middle of a fucking night in a place I didn't intend to be. And I'm grateful to have been there because there was healing. I got to witness a man open up and heal. And I saw him also pull back because, he had an audience and he was being very vulnerable. And so he tried to pull back, and I leaned into it and I said, wait, go back. Come on. Let it out, man. Let it out. Go back to that thought you just had. Let it out. We need to release these things, you guys. And nature, going out in nature is a really good place to release. Sometimes even just, go close your fucking bedroom door, man, and break down. Let it out. Let it out. Lean into the pain. Lean into the suffering. Release. Release the hurt. Release the shit that breaks you down. That gets your emotions fucking stirred up. It's a very healing place. So I ask you, you want peace? Are you someone that everywhere you go, you leave that place a little more peaceful than when you were there, than before you were there? Are you someone that's a peacemaker? Do you truly, you can talk, you could pray for it. You could pray for peace and know that Armageddon's a thing. So I don't know what the peace is that you're wanting. If your faith is built on a incredibly inhumane war that's going to leave like us swimming in blood, what is the peace that you're wanting? It's, it's all just feel good shit. So you got to truly be a peaceful person, meaning you make the world a better place. And you also need to know how important you are, that this world would not be the same without you, that you are a vital part of the cycle of this life. Your story, your message, your voice, right? Your talents, your gifts are so desperately needed in this day and age. Look around. Most of y'all freaking the fuck out. But if you just start to fucking figure out who you are, taking better care of yourself, it's going to give you a better opportunity, man, to make an impact in this world. And you need to realize that you're worthy of that. You need to give yourself the permission. And it's a scary thing when you're called to do something big. I was pretty fucking scared. I was pretty resistant to starting this journey, the it's all on me journey of sharing my truth, knowing that I was going to have a lot of people freak out because of why? Because they had an external expectation of who I am in their mind. And this doesn't align with that. So I had all the people threaten me, right? Threaten to abandon me. Family members, close friends, longtime friends, right? And they've run away. They've run away. It's in the proof, right? Not that I give two fucks. If one person likes me, anybody, I used to care about that shit. Be honest, you care about it, right? Especially if you liking your own shit. You care about if people like you. We all want to be liked. We all want to kind of have a sense of we're accepted by society. But there comes a point where we compromise our trueness, our truth, in order for that acceptance. And I'm not willing to do that anymore. I will lose everybody, right? Because I will not lose myself to acceptance, right? I will not allow myself to be killed by stress of worrying about what other motherfuckers think about me, worrying about what expectations they have for me, right? Because the only thing I'm worried about today, right, is am I working my program? And even in that, that's not worry, that's flow. And the reason why I got 5 things is because those are pillars. I don't hit all of those every single day. To be quite honest with you guys, I haven't hit the gym in like 4 days, right? I hit that amazing fucking deadlift. I think it was on Tuesday. And that doesn't mean I haven't gotten exercise. I just haven't hit the gym. And I'm someone that's very in tune with my body, and I'm feeling, I have a couple little injuries, aches and pains that are kind of kicking in there. So, there's a time to just kind of deload, and I'm letting my body just kind of fucking heal a little bit. But that doesn't mean I'm stagnant. That doesn't mean I'm fucking checked out. I still have other avenues to take care of myself, to keep my body moving and in motion. And I encourage you guys to get out there today, get out in nature, right? Go connect with yourself. Go do some grounding. I started this morning with some grounding, and it was really powerful. And it really charged me up to bring this message to you today, because every day is a new day. We don't know what the fuck's about to pop off next. You ain't got control over it. I don't got control over it. But what we do got control over is the choice we're going to make for what? Ourselves today. We get to choose who we're going to be around. We get to choose what kind of people we allow access to who we are, to our energy, right? And hopefully you're starting to create some boundaries and to assert yourself and to assess your situation, to say, you know what? There's a lot of motherfuckers in my life right now that they don't have my best interest. They're taking me, they're using me, they're manipulating me, and they really don't give 2 shits about me. Because if I come and start telling my truth, creating healthy boundaries, they're going to fucking leave. And because you have an addictive attachment to that person, you're not willing to go there, because you going there means you're going to lose some people, and no one wants to feel rejected. But really, aren't you rejecting yourself? Right? Who gives a fuck? If you can find the self-confidence to let the toxic things and the negative people in your life go, trust me, that allows opportunity for good people to come to you. Right? In this venture alone, the venture that I'm working on with the motel, it's like, in this day and age, I'm talking to other managers, business owners. It's hard to get people to work. And I've already lost 4 people in 3 weeks. That's a lot. I haven't put one job posting out. And guess what? I've had fucking people literally, as someone's getting ready to walk out the door, I had someone walk in, hey, are you guys hiring for this? And I look at that person, they look at me, and I'm like, yeah, actually. It's crazy. But it's because I'm allowing to just, the things that are not for me, look, I don't have evil will for them. It's good when you let someone go. They need to find their place, you guys. When you're holding on to somebody that it's not peaceful, it's forced, it's controlled, it's manipulated, you're having to walk on fucking eggshells, you're not at peace with yourself. By you holding on to that, you guys, you're missing out on you're missing out on the universe giving you what you truly want. And it doesn't have to end in like this toxic, negative way. I told you about my own divorce. We didn't even go to court, man. We filled the paperwork out. We went to the bank and got it notarized and submitted it. Right? In the most recent, my most recently expired toxic relationship, right? It was also like, there was a kind of some friction there, but I think at the end there was space and peace and calm. And I think that there is true acceptance. That as much as I could care about this person could care about me, we just know that the universe, just isn't aligned for us. And we have to accept that. And it's a painful fucking thing, you guys. It's a painful thing. And it takes time to process that. It takes time to grow and heal from that. But in order for you to get to where your dreams are, your goals are, you have to be willing to give up, to forsake who you are now to become who you want to be. That is without a doubt. There are some people, in order for you to get to the next level, there are some people that can't go there with you. They can't. They're holding you back. They're keeping you back. They're holding you back from being the best version of yourself. Let's start to get real, motherfuckers. Take total fucking ownership. Get outside. Go do something for yourself. Go do something new. And go do something kind and make a fucking difference in this world. Quit stressing out about all the bullshit, right? The only control you have is on the choice you're going to make today. And I hope you choose you. I hope you keep believing in you. Keep loving yourself, taking care of yourself. And as you do that, trust me, you're going to start caring more and have better people to care for in your life. That's it. You know the deal. Results kill excuses. It's all on me, motherfuckers.